Hello Crafty Graphers. Tonight I bring the Crafty Graph Crocheter beta update to you. We'll first start off by importing a PDF. The PDF does need to be in written single crochet or Tunisian single stitch. Now here we have the PDF imported. You will notice you have a bunch of options. First, the craft. You want to make sure you select the correct craft for the type of graph it was. In this case, single crochet. Starts at the bottom and it's right to left. You will notice layout tab as well. This just has to do with the way the instructions are laid out. In this case, it's count and then color. Many PDFs will have color and then the count. You have your notices here, your color list out here. There's a removal list. In this tab, you're probably going to want to add like authors or the title of the graph, the PDF, or anything that's in the header or footer if you're having issues. And then you have the rows. You can double click a row to change it, and doing so will make the check mark a dark blue. Let's go ahead and look at a PDF that has a color that's not in the library though. So you notice it's red here. So it's important to understand how this works. The PDF reader will import graphs, and it does this by looking up colors. If the color's not in the library, it's going to have an issue, as in this case here. And it tells you all the errors here. It also tells you the two potential rows that need to be checked, but they're probably okay. And then the color is light pink. In this case, it detected the color. It might not always detect the colors, and as you will see, there's many colors that are not added. And really quickly, if you go to rows, you would notice that actually when you hover over here, it actually highlights the row over here. So let's go down here. You'll see these are all aired out. Let's go to color real fast. And we will add light pink. It fixes it a little bit, but there's still issues. That's because it's missing a few colors. And then the last color, I don't remember what it was. Let me just double check. Spring green. And the graph is in here. You would notice the colors are off though. That's because it doesn't know what these colors are. You have to manually select them. Let's do red heart on this. And then emerald green. And spring green, red heart. Now our graph looks good. Let's go ahead and import it. So now we're at the project creation screen. Here you start off with your filter. It's none by default, but you can choose one of these and it will change all the colors to that. When using the none filter, the colors will be as they were before. So if you go to yarn, you will see that there's different brands here. You have your red hearts, you have your brunette, Aunt Lydia. If you go to a specific brand, it will change all the colors to match that. You have your craft here. You can choose between single crochet, C2C, TSS, fillet inverted, bobble, full color, bobble, one solid color, and one solid colored inverted. Any of these options are all available for any graph you import. And the instructions will change to reflect that. And so will the dimensions and stuff. You can choose if you want to start at the bottom, top, right, or left, and you can choose if you want right to left or left to right. Let's go to yarn real fast. If you notice, if you hover over these brands, they highlight. You can change the brand now. Not only that, you can choose the color from each brand. Another thing you might notice is the project start date and the estimated remaining time. When you first use this program, it's going to say not available because you have to do basically do some project first before it can take your estimation into account. You also know there's a progress tab. Let's go ahead and click create. And this right here is letting me know that basically 2 colors are being merged into one. Let's take a look real fast. In this case, that carrot and that carrot are going to be merged. So it'll become 8 colors. And here we are. This is where you're going to do most of your work at. And there's different ways to move forward. So first you use the left arrow key or right arrow key. Space bar and enter key will move forward. Delete will move backwards as well. Clicking on the one you're on will move forward. Clicking on the one behind it will move backwards. Additionally, you can click any one in front of it to move to that cell. Let's go ahead and move forward until we get to an actual bunch of colors. So here we are. So I could click the 57 to move forward 1. I could click the one in front of it to move forward, or I could click ahead to move to that one. Additionally, pushing Shift Enter will go to the next row. Pushing Shift Delete will go backwards a row. And then of course you can always collapse your graph to make it nice and compact. Alright, so we had something we saw before, and that was the progress. As you'll see here, it has the date, the day of the week, the rows you've completed for that day, and the time it took to complete those rows. Additionally, you will see now it tells me it's 19 minutes. Well, if you're completing rows this fast, yeah. I could change these though. Simply click on the row you want and click the number. There's 2 ways to enter. You can enter the minute, seconds, or you just enter the seconds total. So in this case, it'd be 170 seconds. Or you could do it like that. Your total time will change for that set. Additionally, down here you have your total for the rows and the total time as well. And then this will change as well to reflect the time difference. So it's still a little fast, obviously. I'm not going to be doing rows that fast, but you can see how that reflects and changes. If you go to your yarn, it will tell you your percentage completion for each stitch. Alright. Now, let's look at the settings. We have review mode, which is what causes the darkening of the graph. If you hover over it while it's in review mode, it will show the whole graph. If you unhover it, it will become shaded again. Display grid lines displays the grids on there. In a graph like this, you would notice that every 10 grid lines marked. This is for larger graphs. Highlight selection. Let's go ahead and see that real fast. It highlights the position it's at. And additionally, if you push the zoom in button on the mouse, it will zoom up. The highlight selection is not required for this. You will notice as you do it, it scrolls along the graph as well. One thing that's important to notice though, it does say that if it's zoomed in, it will automatically be activated. So even if I disactivate the highlight selection, it will still show it here. It's because it becomes disorientating when it's zoomed in and you can't see where you are. To zoom out, simply scroll out on the mouse. Additionally, double clicking will toggle between the two. Let's look at sound. 15. Single crochet. Stitches. Of color 2. That was the program that did that. Color 2. If you look here, you'll see that's the cherry red. All the colors are numbered now. 49. Single crochet. Stitches. Of color 1. So with that, we'll go ahead and disable the sound. You will notice one more option here, animation. When you complete a graph, you click the end now, it will actually go to a screen. That screen will have animation if you have this checked or not. I will let that be a surprise for you guys. And finally, the library. Here you have all your brands listed. You can add new ones, you can rename them or delete them. There's also the option to import and export. To export, simply click the ones you want. To do that, it will only let you select one. So if you shift click, you can click multiples. If you do control click, you can click the other ones. On the Mac, it would be command click. Export these. I'm just going to call it library, put it to desktop, which is right there. And you'll have it right here. Alright, let's go ahead and delete these. Or just delete those two. Actually, you can only delete one at a time. Let's click import now. It tells you the 2 new brands and the number of colors each one brings in. And just like that, you had added your brands. You can double click any brand to go in there and see the colors. The colors are laid out red to green to blue. You can go up here and type in a color. There's no red for that brand. But something like Red Heart will have that red. Will have red. All the colors that have red in it will show. Simply double click a color to go into it. You'll see the hex, the red, green, blue. You'll see that it's active, seasonal, or discontinued. Seasonal will make it orange, and discontinued will make it gray. Doing so will remove it from the color list. I'll explain that in a minute. Let's go back to that real fast. If you right click, you'll also have those options as well. This applies to the brands. So let's go ahead and make a Karen 1 pound unlisted, Karen Simply Soft unlisted, and I can make Red Heart our favorite. Go ahead and close this. It's going to ask you if you want to save. Click yes. Let's import another apple. Go ahead and click next. And now you're going to notice something. Red Heart will be at the top of the list, and the 2 Karen 1 Heart and the Simply Soft are removed from the list. Anything that's unlisted will not show in this. Additionally, any color that's unlisted, or actually in this one, cherry red, will be grayed out. And it actually will not show in this list as well. It's only showing because it originally had that color. So that's what the unlisted listing does. Now I want to go over another feature that's really cool. Let's say I wanted to add a color. I'm not sure what brand it is. Let's say Aunt Lydia. Let's go here and click new. Want to add that color, pretty pink, or light pink. But I don't know the hex code for it. I don't know the red, green, blue for it. All I can do is click camera. It's over here. Let's move this over here. I can take the little camera and I can put it over the color here. You can scroll in, make the zoom smaller, or scroll out and make it bigger. You can double click to change it white or black. Let's go ahead and do this and click capture. The color is automatically pulled in for you. Just like that. Click back. Let's click close. And let's click yes. And there you go. You now have that color in your library. So those are the features we have currently available. Please let me know your thoughts on this. If there's any bugs or anything, let me know. I do have more plans for this update. Reason that I don't have it wrapped right now is because I know people have had issues with the wrapper. When they open the program, sometimes it's taken a few minutes to load. So I'm going to try to create a custom one. Additionally, I want to add a cloud service option where you'll be able to go in here and click upload to cloud, and then you can also download it from the cloud. And with that cloud option, I want to add an online mode. The online mode would simply let you access your graph, your project, from online, from any device that has a mobile internet connection. So there it is. Thank you. Have a good night.